Both of us happy once again on a Monday, both having big time wins in
Yes.
games that we were both pretty nervous about, right? And I mean, we talked about the Cowboys like, oh man, that offense has looked really good. Dak is not turning the ball over. You know, this might be a game where the Broncos lose. They came out and actually played 4 straight quarters, which is incredible. Their offense looked a lot better. And I know Cowboys defense is, nothing too great. But
No,
still,
it's worse than I thought.
big time win. Big time win for the Denver Broncos yesterday.
Yeah, you take the wins when you can get them. Sean Payton was pretty cocky after the game about their victory, talking about the best defense going up against the best offense, and how the Broncos worked them, and how it's been better than some of the other offenses the Broncos have played this season. When Sean talks, he really tries to offend as many people throughout the NFL as he can.
And here's what I don't like about Sean Payton, okay? He doesn't even own it. He backpedals because when the Russell Wilson thing came out, which was all the shade at Russell, he's like, well, no, I didn't mean any of those comments. Just own it, Sean, all right? If you're going to talk smack, just back it on up.
Back it on up.
Back it on up.
Yeah, dude, it was it was nice to see the Broncos score points every single quarter of the game. So that was new. That was new for us. I was nervous, 0% really. I mean, he threw a terrible interception to start the game. Just behind Pat Bryant. I don't know if Bo thought Pat was doing something else or if it was just a shitty throw.
Bo picks.
But then, Denver stops Dallas in the red zone there, holds them to 3. Unfortunately, Pat Surtain, he hurt his ankle or shin there. Then he came back into the game, and then he got hurt again. So basically, we're waiting to see how Pat Surtain, how his shoulder injury is, what the extent of that is. But after that first pick, Bo was incredible. He played his best game. Anytime Dallas scored a touchdown, the Broncos answered with the touchdown. Haven't seen their offense do that at all this year.
Literally at all.
All the rookies showed up. So RJ Harvey had 3 touchdowns in this game. Pat Bryant had a touchdown in this game. Jahdae Barron had an interception right before halftime that just ensured the Cowboys would walk into halftime without getting any points. So they were doing everything well. Even, it sucks because I think like the NFL officials hate Riley Moss. I know that. Anytime he does anything, they're going to throw a flag on him. And they threw 3 flags on him for pass interference on one play. And then he got dinged again 2 plays later, even though he was just playing good defense. And, Riley was going against CeeDee Lamb. So they had Surtain. He was on Pitkins when he was in the game. Riley, I thought, had a really nice game. I don't know if he's going to get it talked about a bunch this week, but he played really well. J.K. Dobbins, over 100 yards. And I feel great. I feel so confident about my team right now. And I'm trying to tell myself it's just the Cowboys defense. It's just the Cowboys defense. Sure. They were worst in yards allowed, 29th in points allowed. And I think the Broncos ensured they're worst in points allowed after this game. And we play the Texans this coming week. So we're going from the worst defense to quite literally, I still think Houston best scoring defense in the league. So I'm going to gauge the Broncos offense as a whole after this upcoming week, but I'm enjoying this victory today, Tom.
It's a good test too, right? I mean, because you're able to, I think, forcing Dak into some turnovers. By the way, this is for you, Perna. You got yourself a little fitty there.
Oh, yeah. And then questions about what the curse wheel's doing this week. We don't really know. I got a new clip for you. There you go, BDM, which stands for Brandon Does Magic.
But the thing that I would worry about more so in Washington is the other day I text Andy Reid and I got a text back and I thought it was Andy Reid, but it was some guy selling pigs, but it sounded good. I should have told y'all that so y'all would have thought I actually talked to Andy Reid, but I didn't really talk to Andy Reid.
It's the stunned look of his co-host that really, it's just like, oh, all right, you text Andy Reid, sure. No, it was a guy selling pigs.
Yeah. Huh?
It was the... Don't you hate when you text the pig man?
Yeah.
Andy Reid.
It was a pig man, Jerry. A pig man. Oh my God. Yeah, that I couldn't stop watching that yesterday.
How much is he getting paid per year? What's the math on that contract? Legend.
I honestly, to be fair, that is my future. That is my future.
God,
you and me,
may we all have that future.
70 years old or whatever. You'll be talking about TV. I'm like, I texted Sean Payton. It wasn't Sean Payton. It was
the squirrel guy.
Was my cow feed guy. Guy trying to sell me chicken cow broth. I was like, Terry, what? I wish I didn't see what he said after that, but
would it be? I mean, I want to know what the pig man said. Like after that, because what is he texting to think it's Andy Reid? And he's like, yeah, great game last week against the Raiders. And he's like, all right, are you going to buy these hogs or what are we doing here?
Honestly, just give me Terry Bradshaw and Gronk for the pregame show. That's all I want.
Big boo.
Terry, Gronk.
So for real quick, though, for the Broncos, you kind of look at what they've done this season, that defense being consistent. And I think that was one of the big game changers because the Cowboys offense, they didn't get it going, right? It was whether it was stalling out in the red zone, whether it was the interceptions, and Dak did not have his best game. And I think the fact that you could do that to a really good offense, like that makes you feel really good, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like this is a high-powered offense that we're able to stop. And yes, they don't have a good defense, but our offense is able to play complementary football.
Finally.
Look at that.
Finally. And no, that's key. That's key. The complementary football for the Broncos defense was, I think, very, very helpful. Dak just 188 passing yards in this game.
Yep.
He threw 2 interceptions. And honestly, and we only sacked Dak twice. And I say we, I was part of the team out there.
You were out there.
They only sacked Dak 2 times. They got some pressure in that game, but Dallas did a pretty good job, I thought, protecting Dak well enough against the Broncos front, which is a tough front. And Dak still couldn't get the ball to CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, or Jake Ferguson. The Cowboys were healthy. There's not a thing where you're going, oh, Dallas was without CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. There's no asterisk, right? Now the Dallas defense, I forget they lost one of their safeties in that game. So even a bad defense started to get a little banged up as well on that side. But yeah, it's the best win of the season for Denver. And Bo Nix should have had 5 passing touchdowns, Tom. He threw just a perfect pass to Cortland Sutton in the end zone, and it just bounces off Sutton's chest. It was the type of play that in other games this season, Denver has not been able to bounce back from, but they still scored after that. And that gives me confidence. You have a terrible drop, you still find ways to score. We're finding the way that they're using RJ Harvey is getting intriguing. So yeah, again, I'm going to hold off until they do something. If they can put up, say, 7 points against Houston, I'm going to feel really good.
27,
whatever.
So the Packers, they broke the curse of 27 because they actually scored more than 27 and won the game. So that was the first time that happened all season.
There you go.
One of their wins was exactly 27 points. So